Good day, indie developers, and welcome to our second photo editing tutorial. In this short lesson, we'll be working with high quality photo effects filters. What that means is that we will be importing, editing, and exporting an image of our choice using freely available applications on Windows. The application we will use for today's lesson is known as Paint.net. So if you don't already have this on your system, please head over to www.getpaint.net and download it and install it. Once you've done that, load it up and we're ready to go. Once you've loaded up Paint.net, you'll be met with a really clean and blank user interface. You head over to the folder where you stored your image. You click on the image and drag it into the canvas, just like I'm doing on the screen. It will ask you a very simple question, which is, would you like to open this as an image? Yes. Very good. We have our image in the canvas. To the bottom right, you will notice the dimensions of the image. And to the left and right of the screen, you will notice a few boxes. Ignore them for now, for we wouldn't need them for this lesson. To begin with editing our photograph, we'll head over to the menu bar at the top. We'll go over to Effects. Clicking on that would reveal a couple of options. And under those options are subcategories. Just for a test, we will go over to Ink Sketch and see what that does to our image. A control box loads up and you can see that our image has been altered from what it was initially. You can obviously adjust the settings of these filters by using the controls on the control box. And you can see that's happening quite easily. To cancel a filter, all you need to do is just click on the X button at the top of the control box, just like on the screen over here. And it will revert the image back to what it was initially. For this lesson, we are looking at creating a grainy image and altering the default color of the image. To enable us to do that, we'll go back to Effects at the top menu bar there. It's the last option. Click on it. Go to Noise and select Add Noise. As you can see from the image on the screen, it seems as though the image is now grainier than it was before. This is just an example of how you can alter an image using one of the effects that have been preset into the application. And just like before, you can adjust the graininess, just like you can see on the screen, by manipulating the control bars in the control box that pops up. So I'd say we should go for something like this, just where that marker is. You can also adjust the color saturation to give it a different effect. But from what you can see, it's rather easy to adjust the default settings of an image by adding a custom filter. Feel free to play around with this. There's also a numerical editor there where you can input values manually. Once you're satisfied with your image, you click on OK to apply the filter. That's brilliant, and it looks very good. Now we've just added a preset effect to our image, but we would like to change the colors. The way to do this is to go up to Adjustments. By clicking on it, you will notice a couple of options that come up. For the sake of this lesson, we'll be interested in the option that says Curves. Clicking on Curves will bring up a graph, a luminosity graph. But we're not interested in the luminosity, so we'll click on the option at the top left just above the graph, which will reveal the RGB values. RGB stands for red, green, and blue. Once you've done that, you'll notice that moving your mouse within the graph comes up with a cross pointer, which is what we want. Beneath the graph, you have the red, green, and blue boxes ticked. We would like to create a very cool looking color. So we will untick red, we'll untick green, and we'll leave blue selected. Head over to the graph, and just where the blue line is on the graph, you left click and drag that blue line. Feel free to experiment with this, because by doing so, you can come up with so many different color options. As you can see, we are manipulating the colors of the image by moving this blue line where we want it to go. If we wanted to edit the blue and the red, we would click on the red box and you would see a red line comes up in the middle of this graph. Left button to click on the red line, and you can see we are changing the red and the blue values of this image using these curves. Feel free to move them around like you wish. For the sake of this lesson, I want a cool looking color, which is up here. So I will untick red and move the blue around till I'm satisfied with what I have. And that looks brilliant. Once I'm satisfied with my preset of the color curve, what I will do is I will press OK to apply that color. Once that's been done, you can see that the image looks significantly different from what we have initially. So let's begin by exporting this image and later comparing it to the original. To export an image, all you need to do is click on File and say Save As. This is the option you select, Save As. Paint.net will go to any folder on your computer. You're free to save this in any folder you wish. You will see the name of the original image, but at the bottom, you see an option to save as type. Clicking this option will bring down a couple of other options, which will be the file formats that you can save this image in. You can see that Paint.net supports quite a few image formats. For the sake of this lesson, we are only interested in the JPEG. So we will click on that JPEG and we'll save it under any name we want. I'll just put an extra 1 there just to make it different from the original. An extra option pops up asking you what you want to do with regards to the quality. You can decrease or increase the quality. I'll leave it at 100% quality, which is what I'm looking for. So I'll click on OK. And that's it. It's as simple as that. You've successfully imported, edited, and exported your image in such a short period of time. Let us now look at the difference between the original image and the edited image. Now that we have both images beside each other, we can conduct a side-by-side comparative analysis to show us that the image on the right is the edited image and the image on the left is the original. With the edited image on the right, we've been able to add a noise effect. We've also been able to change the default color profile for the image, which has resulted in something that looks artistic. Please note, the effects that we have applied in this lesson is only one of the multitude of various effects that can be applied to a photo to create a desired result. We can also work with different layers and even more complex combinations. Congratulations on completing this lesson, and I look forward to seeing you at the next lesson. Please remember to subscribe and turn on notifications. Thank you.